Welcome to Center of Light, people. It's good to see you tonight. Let me do something real quick. Give me just a sec. Something changed. Welcome to Center of Light. I have to do this. It's just my little silly way of having fun. Center of Light. It's necessary for tonight's presentation for sure. Tonight is Center of Light, Mindfulness, Overthinking. No need to overthink when you are clear. Hello, Tammy. Hello, KK. Let me do a couple of refreshes here so I can look at the screen while you talk with me instead of looking in the forums themselves. There we go. Everything should start populating. Hello, sexy human beings. Hello, Kelly. Tonight we're going to be speaking about the crowd. A lot of people in there. You split personality, you, including myself. Tonight is overthinking and the problems that come with overthinking and the solution to overthinking. I bet it's easy for you to look around in your life. Someone you know that had a stroke. And maybe just kind of remember what they're like. Do you know that person to be an overthinker? Well, don't overthink this. Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. The link to my new bestseller is in these forums at the top. You can also jump seat to Amazon as well if you've already read this book and leave me a review. That would be awesome and fantastic. I do my work pro bono. I love it. I am blessed in many areas of my life, and abundance is one of them. And so, in this abundance, I love sharing the same gift to my brethren and my sistren. Tammy says, you know, my son is named Keith, LOL. I am not overthinking, just... You go, girlfriend. So tonight is overthinking. I think Thursday night, I'm going to do a sneak peek at my new album. I have about 4 or 5 songs getting there, really getting there. It took me a while to find what musicians or guitar players call a guitar tone, something that sounds like you, something that sounds good, clear, powerful. I found that as of yesterday, so I've been redoing the guitar tracks, and it sounds really, really powerful. Changed some of the drums, it sounds really powerful. So let's get into tonight's presentation. Blessings, everyone. Share this with someone who you may know that thinks a lot. There's a lot of people in there, different guises of ourselves, and they're talking. And among them talking is what we think we are thinking about all these different aspects and which one of those nuggets holds the truth. Hello, Donna Owens. So we have a lot of people in our head, and they're all talking and thinking. And you're talking and thinking in your head as well. How will you ever find clarity? It's not a matter of continuing to think. What's up, Robert? How can you tell if you're an overthinker? When you lay your head down at night and it's quiet. They all stand up and say, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. Hello, Ramona Scott. Are you an overthinker? There's no such thing as an underthinker. No such thing as an underthinker. In fact, the less you think, the better off you are. The clearer you are. When you are still and quiet in the mind, Truly, there is no mind. The mind's purpose is to be used as a tool, because you are the master, to use the mind as a tool instead of the mind using you and making you a slave. But somehow it got all twisted and turned. We've gotten mental dyslexia as far as about the thinking process. Thinking from the point of view of one being clear and choosing to think deliberately is to purposefully take an idea, hold it, and bring it about. The other way around muddles everything together. It not only congests your mind, it congests your life. You don't know which way to go. I applaud and appreciate you attempting, trying, doing your best to find your way with whatever clarity you can muster. Overthinking brings lots of trouble. Lots of trouble. So, welcome to Center of Light tonight, mindfulness. What is overthinking? Best place to start. Why not? What is overthinking? Well, I know what overthinking is. Well, let's look at it. Let's honestly look at it, see what Webster's have to say about it. Webster's is always correct. It's the resource of our language. You want to understand something? Go to the dictionary. I love playing with words. The English language is powerful and beautiful. What is overthinking? You know you have it if when you lay down at night, you cannot get your Z's because of what's happening in here with all of these. What is overthinking? Overthinking may be a symptom of a mental health issue like depression or anxiety. On the flip side, it may also increase your susceptibility to developing mental health problems. Pun intended. If you think about it, people who overthink move in two directions, backward or forward. Because if you're in the now moment, you're not thinking at all. You're just being in the now moment and feeling not only yourself present, but you're feeling a greater presence all around you, within you. Overthinking has to do with the past, which can lead to depression, or fear of the future, which can lead to anxiety. It could bring about a mess of trouble for yourself. Physical ailments, physical problems. This is not only spiritual, metaphysical, this is also modern day medicine, mental health. So now let's look at mindfulness, the definition of mindfulness. The quality or state of being conscious or aware of something. I am conscious and aware that this is a plug I use when I use my music stuff in my room. I'm consciously aware of what it is and its purpose and how I can use it in my life to benefit myself. This could still be sitting on this table, and my non-awareness or consciousness of what it is will serve me no good whatsoever. It'll just sit there like something I can't use. Mindfulness, the quality or state of being conscious or aware of something. A mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations, used as a therapeutic technique. I'm in the present moment, not judging. I'm aware that I feel a certain way. Don't give your feeling a label. It's not necessary. You already know if it's sad or if it's good or bad or this or that. Even get beyond that. Move beyond the chatter. Move beyond the noise and the nonsense and the doctrinations and everything that we were taught and everything that we bought. So I'm simply with myself and there's a feeling. And it feels like, I'm not going to label it. I'm going to acknowledge the label and then I'm going to put the label on the shelf. I just know this is a feeling. For example, let's say you're walking in your house and you stub your pinky toe on a piece of furniture. It's not an emotion, it's a feeling. How can you change that painful pinky toe that just got whacked? I'll show you how. I'll tell you how. Acknowledge that it's not pain. Just acknowledge that it's feeling. Wow, it's feeling. And very intense feeling, mind you. Now it becomes neutral. Hello, Adana. Hello, Heather. It becomes neutral. Hello, Kelly. So it becomes neutral. It becomes raw, kinetic, potential, energy. Wow, this is intense feeling. So what you do is you use the will of a clear mind and you spread such powerful energy in other parts of your body that can use it. It's just raw energy. When I had a kidney stone, whoo, brother, sister, Mrs. and Mr., it hurt. So instead of, oh my God, this is pain. Pain leads to suffering, and suffering leads to death. I had this belief deep within the mind. Overthinking on levels I'm not even aware of. And when I realized, it's just feeling. It's just feeling. And when I realized I equated pain to suffering and suffering to death, it stopped. Same idea. Become aware in the present moment of what you are feeling, what and how much you are thinking, and all these things. It's about, again, being quiet. And I don't mean just not thinking. It's about being quiet. And I don't mean informal meditation, which you can and it's very powerful. Heather says, Tammy says, yes, it jumps and it leaves. It does jump and leave until we get really good at it so we can expand the intervals even longer so we can stay in that garden state. Let me share with you some of the things that overthinking can bring you. Try thinking for a whole day. Let's say you're doing a task and all you're doing is thinking. At the end of the day, you are worn out. You are exhausted. Someone who is constantly thinking, their energy is depleted quickly. Likewise, someone who is always unconsciously talking gets tired as well because they're unconsciously rambling on, incessant talking, because they're unconscious, incessant thinking. It'll make you tired. Your energy will leave you. Simply, it'll just go. You're exerting all of your precious life energy. Overthinking. You will worry. I would say overthinking and worry are the two of the same things, spelled differently, said differently. One who overthinks is worried as to why they are always thinking about what to do in any situation, or about the past, or about what's happening in the moment, or what may be coming down the pike. They're always in worry. And then they start to worry even more and don't even know that they're doing that when they can't seem to figure something out. And so the engine of overthinking begins to accelerate even to greater RPMs. Overthinking. Anxiety. Depression. You can become physically ill. Stress. It's a proven fact. Stress creates illness. In fact, all stress creates pretty much all illness. Adana says, I am an overthinker. Adana, you're welcome to contact me in my inbox tomorrow in the next few days. I'll talk with you one-on-one and give me a love offering. Whatever that may be, I'll leave that to you. Overthinking. As I asked you just a little bit ago, maybe you can look around. Yes, Adana, it will throw you into anxiety. It's self-induced anxiety in the moment when one begins to overthink. When I mentioned earlier, look around you in your life, someone you know that had a stroke. You can bet one of their qualities as a human being is they're constantly thinking. Tammy, good girl. She said, acknowledge the pain. It goes away in the presence of love and acceptance. You're welcome, Adama. So let me give you this analogy of what overthinking is doing to you in an analogous way. One, it's crowding your mind, which was designed to be simplistic and empty and open, so that the light from the heart can reside there with clarity. And when you're clear, you don't have to overthink. You just say, Sky Daddy, I want the cosmic keys to the cosmic car tonight. Whatever gift you're asking. But you know how to find it. Intuition comes in, you have inspiration come in. There's no thinking involved as if you're busting out a hammer and you're smashing concrete because you're trying to solve the situation. That's not how it works. It's about being soft and elegant, graceful on yourself, with a clear state of being, clear state of mind. Here's the analogy. Overthinking. Overthinking will cause headaches. You're thinking, causing headaches. So imagine, here is a balloon. A small balloon. You just started blowing it up. You just started thinking. So your balloon is only blown up this big. You just started thinking. So your mind is only blown up this big. And as you continue to think, the balloon begins to stretch. The mind begins to stretch. The mind begins to balloon. And then when it gets to a space of tension, there's still some room. But now the pressure is beginning to press back. You're beginning to feel this resistance, this tension, surface tension from the balloon. It's pushing back, and this will cause headaches, bad headaches. Now, my time with this divine man, God on earth, Swamiji, this is light phenomena around him. This is not photoshopped. This is real. A few years ago, I was interviewing Swamiji at my sister's friend Angela's house. And right before the darshan, the blessing of Swamiji, he's sitting in his throne chair, gracing us all with the power of God. My God. You feel it. You know he knows everything you've ever done. He knows what you're thinking. He knows the potential of what you're going to do according to your patterns. He knows it all. A friend of mine walks up to Swamiji to tell him that their mother just passed. And he said, and he turns to this side. Let me see. He turns to this side. And his eyes completely go white into the back of his head. He's searching for information. He said, your mother died of stroke, overthinking. He knew this. So overthinking, like said balloon, if you overthink too much in your life, year after year after year after year, my dear, like said balloon, the vessels in your brain will begin to expand. You'll begin to expand because it's a product, it's the effect of the cause. causing the brain, the mind, to expand, to balloon, because of the cause of overthinking. How do you stop overthinking? You don't do anything. You just catch yourself overthinking. So don't try to think of a way to catch yourself overthinking. And when you catch yourself overthinking, don't try to think your way out of overthinking. That's adding more thinking to the problem. It won't take you anywhere. So what do? You don't do anything. Well, how will I ever get out of it? You don't get out of it, you get into it. The light of awareness changes it all. You ever heard the expression, in the light of awareness? Well, it said, in the light of awareness, it all changes. You just become aware of your overthinking. That's all you need to do. That's it. There's nothing else. So your problem's already over. Now, like I said earlier, you have to be able to stretch those intervals of being in the moment and aware that you might be overthinking. And what you do is just sit there and watch it like a silent witness. Just watch it and love it. Pet it. Oh, baby, it's going to be all right. Give it the attention it's asking, but don't feed it your nourishment. It wants to be acknowledged and recognized. That's why you overthink. That's why there's so much crowding in the head, is because everybody's saying, ooh, 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 pick me. Hey, I'm over here, pick me. And then you pick. And it doesn't work and it doesn't serve you. And then you see someone else that's attractive in the form of a thought person, and you pick, and it doesn't work either. So you stop choosing. You leave them alone. Stop thinking. Well, Keith, if I stop thinking, is my life going to turn to utmost shit? I care to differ completely the opposite. It's going to get you out of the mire that you've been bogged in. No one's saying don't think. I'm saying think consciously. Use your brain, your mind as a tool versus being cracked by a whip by the slave master of the monkey. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ooh, 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 and he's really, really loud. You get tangled in that mess, it's hard to unravel yourself. It can be very, very difficult to unravel yourself. Put on some beautiful music. And follow the heartbeat of said drum or music. It'll get you out of your overthinking. So this is not really, you don't really want to excuse your way out, run away from the overthinking. Well, I'm just going to stop overthinking. I'm going to learn it. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way. It's just going to bury itself deeper as roots into your mental ground. You have to go and till your garden, my friend. You have to pluck the weeds. And you pluck the weeds by just simply becoming a master gardener and knowing how to till that soil. You till the soil by nourishing it in the light of awareness. I think too much. I'm constantly thinking. That's all you need to know. Don't add to the problem more thought and thinking about how to get out of it. Just recognize it. Put on a beautiful piece of music. Go into meditation. Go into prayer. Simply sit with yourself. Whatever is your way of bringing yourself into the present moment. Maybe pull out a picture of someone you love and look at it. Always put yourself back into high vibration, because the warden in here is not letting you out of jail. So you're going to have to slip through the bars. And the only way to slip through the bars is to become the very light of awareness, because light can penetrate anything that is made of mass, no matter what the density. So you can bet that no matter the immensity of the monkey and its noise in your head, and you actually pulling on the monkey's tail, ow, 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 and he keeps biting at you and he's throwing more thoughts at you. The overthinking process can be likened to grabbing the monkey and exciting him, aggravating him. You're trying to trigger him. You're trying to get him to tell you a thought so you can be satisfied and pacified and find the clarity that or what it is that you're truly wanting through the process of overthinking. You keep monkeying around in your mind, and it'll bring about results that you will find you don't like at all. Tonight is Center of Light, mindfulness. You have to be full of you, the real you, in the mind. You are the heart. So how do I bring the heart to the mind? This is exactly what you do. You come from a heart space and be mindful of what's happening in the head. Hello, Lynn Marie. Tonight, Lynn Marie, we are talking about Center of Light mindfulness, overthinking, and the dangers and the effects of said overthinking. Tammy says, I know your flame. It's my good friend Kim. You are just like her. All right, Keith Anthony Blanchard is Center of Light. We're going to move into another segment. I am going to play you a video by Sadhguru about overthinking. Abigail says, I call it living consciously. Yeah. Overthinking. If you're not sure if you're an overthinker, you will find out tonight when you lay down to go to sleep. Don't try to go to sleep. That's part of your problem. Fall to sleep. Thoughts come in and the mind goes whoop. You start to fall. Thoughts come in and the mind goes whoop. Acknowledge the thought. Don't think the thought. Oh, I got to pay the bills tomorrow, so I'm going to pay it tomorrow, but I'm going to go early. Don't do that. Just, I got to pay the bills tomorrow. Thank you. The thought, it feels heard. It feels acknowledged. It will flee from you and it won't return. Fall asleep. Don't try to go to sleep. Fall asleep. When you fall beyond the mind. When you try to go to sleep, it implies thinking, trying to figure out a way to do that. And you have to think to be able to do that, which causes thinking, which causes more added thought to a mind that has been crowded all day long. And some people, they just can't stop thinking. They can't stop thinking. There are problems that come with overthinking. Anxiety, depression, headaches, illnesses, stress, stroke. Thank you, Lynn. I'm going to play a song. I'm going to be right back. Lavender Soul. Also, again, Thursday night, I'm going to reveal 3 or 4 songs on my upcoming new album called Samadhi, Into the Fire, of course. Robert, just to let you know, sir, I am writing a song for Swamiji, and it's called Om Sri Sadam Guru Deva Datta. I thought you would love that. And for those who are Swamiji lovers, Kim, Kelly, Rena, everyone, Lynn, I'm going to use you an example if I may. She says, my mind has been in Adobe XD all day. It's too much. It makes you tired, doesn't it? It hurts. It's almost painful. It is painful on a mental level. There's no us in that. It's just swollen and it's tender. It's very sensitive. It's like, you do something with your hands all day and a little later you do something else like, ooh, well, if you've been thinking all day, you add more thought to that after a good day of thinking. It's like, ooh, I don't want to do that anymore. Lavender Soul. So again, Thursday night, I'm going to reveal some updated music off of my new album. First song is going to be called Dark Night of the Soul. The second one is What Do You Want? And the third one is, I can't believe I don't remember. Doesn't matter. At least for right now. Lavender Soul going to be right back.
There's a world what you are. So let the love of God on you. It's always been that way. It's time to celebrate what you are. Perfect in every way. So it's up to you, a choice to make, to promise yourself you'll celebrate. There's a time to trust, and a time to love, and a time to know who you are. So let the love of God on you. It's always been that way. It's time to celebrate who you are. Perfect in every perfect in every So it's up to you, a plan to make, to promise yourself you'll celebrate. There's a time to love, and a time to trust, and a time to know you are loved. Time to know you are loved. So let the love of God on you. It's always been that way. It's time to celebrate what you are. It's time to celebrate who you are. It's time to celebrate that you are.
How to overcome, how to stop overthinking. Like Lavender Soul says, let the love of God fall upon you. It's always been that way. Welcome to Center of Light. Tonight we are speaking about Center of Light mindfulness. Being present in the heart, you bring that to the mind, and you use the light of your own awareness to see how much you are thinking. The three songs, I did remember all the titles that I'm going to be presenting Thursday night. Dark Night of the Soul, What Do You Want, and Infected with Love. Infected with Love. I love the title of that. So we're going to move into our next segment with Sadhguru. Sadhguru means earthly saint. Sadhguru has awareness in 16 dimensions. He's there. He is in the garden and lighting up his torch. He's going to use a little different language about overthinking. Ladies and gentlemen, the speaker of the evening, the keynote speaker, Mr. Sadhguru.
Is it possible to do it without using specific mudras, whatever? Yes. These are all small help, little assistance. You don't see a Shiva or a Krishna holding mudra and sitting like this. So I'm playing tense. Nor will you ever see me sitting like this. No, you will not see me practicing Shambhavi or this or that. If I just close my eyes for 20 seconds, I'm done. I'm ready for the day. So, this is all good help. But is it the only way to do it? No. You can simply sit. If you learn to simply sit, you will become tremendously intense. Right now, your energy is simply expended by doing unnecessary, endless activity. When you have so much mental diarrhea, how can you have energy? Suppose you have diarrhea, do you see how weak you feel? Yes or no? Right now this mental diarrhea, that's why people have no energy. They want to just eat and sleep all the time because mental diarrhea is very exhausting. If you have physical diarrhea, you know how exhausting it is. Yes? This is also equally exhausting. People are sleeping 8 hours, 10 hours a day, not because they're working so much or their body is in such a bad state, it's just mental diarrhea. If you stop the mental diarrhea, there's enough energy to make this very, very intense. Now how do I stop mental diarrhea? If you have diarrhea, physical diarrhea, what is the first thing to do? Huh? What? Yes, run to the toilet, I know that. I'm saying as a corrective measure, what is the first thing you do? No, as a corrective measure, what is the first thing you do? First thing is stop eating, right? Yes or no? But diarrhea means in some way we've eaten something that the body doesn't want. It's trying to throw it out. Yes? You've taken something inside which the body doesn't like. It wants to throw it out. First thing is, stay away from food for some time. You eat bad food and then try to stop diarrhea, it's not going to work. So similarly, bad food for the mind is just this. You have gotten identified with things that you are not. The moment you get identified with things that you are not, mental diarrhea is inevitable. It's bad food for the mind. Now it will run endlessly, do what you want. You do any damn meditation, you say Shiva, Rama, it's not going to stop. It's not stopped, isn't it? Because bad food is being eaten every day, you're getting identified with more and more things and you want to stop your mind, you do whatever kind of circus, it is not going to stop. If you disidentify with everything, if you understand what is you and what is not you, if you keep a little distance from that, mind will become still. If you want, you can use it, otherwise you can keep it. Now my hand is there, if I want I can move it, otherwise I can keep it. This is a useful hand. Suppose it starts jumping like this. You clearly know there is some kind of an ailment, isn't it? Yes or no? So if hand is jumping, you know it's an ailment. If mind is jumping, is it an ailment or no? The ailment has come because continuous wrong diet. You tell your mind that I am this, I am this, I am that, I am that. It's having diarrhea. You stop giving it wrong food. if you clearly see what… even if you do not know what is me, at least you know what is not me, isn't it? This much you do. Tonight before you go to bed, sit on your bed and sit down and discount everything that is not you. This house in which you're living, is this me? No. This loving parent or mother, father, wife or husband or child, they're wonderful, but is this me? No. Now these nice clothes I'm wearing, is this me? No. Now my body, I like it, but is this me? No. Now I'm having so many thoughts, is this me? No. Now I'm having wonderful emotions, is this me? No. Like this, everything that's not you, before you sleep, keep it down and go to bed. Tomorrow morning, you will wake up considerably more intense than today. Every day you do it. In a little while, if you simply sit here, things around you will reverberate. Really. So I was in… a few years ago, couple of years ago, I was in America and this is a very typically American question. This lady comes up to me and she's very angry. I've been doing this yoga for last 35 years, nothing happened. But you went and just sat on a rock and things happened to you. This is not fair. Where is that damn rock? She thinks it's the rock which did it. The only sadhana that I did in my life is, right from my very early age, though I was very actively involved with everybody around me, I never identified myself with my parents or my siblings or my endless number of friends or the society or the religion or the country or anything around me. Never identified. Not that I was not involved, I was very involved, very active. Even today I'm very active and involved, but not identified. If you don't identify with anything, there is enough energy in this to become intense. See, I want you to understand, your life energy right now in this body, how many things it's doing here as you're sitting here? Hello, do you know the complexity of activity it is doing? Every cell in the body, your liver, your kidney, your damn spleen and all kinds of stupid things that we cannot even figure even today. Yes? Just see as you sit here, how many things this energy is doing. Obviously it must be intense to do all this. You are not able to experience it because of diarrhea. When you have diarrhea, that's how you feel, isn't it? Yes or no? So that's how it is. Stop the diarrhea. Stop eating bad food, diarrhea will stop. Once diarrhea stops, there's enough energy in this to sit here and reverberate in a very intense way.
Welcome to Center of Light. Tonight is Center of Light Mindfulness. Overthinking, or as Sadhguru calls it, mental diarrhea. Fantastic analogy. You have to agree. Putting bad food in the mouth creates diarrhea. Putting bad food in the mind creates mental diarrhea. Said differently, overthinking. Let's go through the list of what overthinking can do. Anxiety, always worrying about the future. Like I said earlier, I think overthinking and worry are married. Creates depression. Dwelling in the past, overthinking dwelling in the past. Creates stress, which creates health issues. Remember, overthinking is like a balloon. When you overthink, the mind begins to expand. It begins to balloon outward. Until you reach a point of critical, then the balloon begins to push back because of the tension, keyword, stress, tension, and it creates headaches. You do this long enough, and it can potentially create a stroke in your life. As I said earlier a couple of times, hello Ted, hello Roxanne. Look around you. If you know anyone that's had a stroke, maybe look at how they are. You will see that they probably are an overthinker. When you're overthinking, don't try to think your way out of it because you're adding another thought to the cesspool. Right? Don't try to think your way out of overthinking. You're compounding your problem. Sit and be. Like Sadhguru said, when you go to bed, just sit there, lay there. Put the stuff down. Acknowledge the thoughts that come. I got to pay the bill. I got to pay my electric bill tomorrow. All right, you got to pay your electric bill tomorrow. Deal with it tomorrow. Acknowledge the thought. Let it go versus, well, I have to get up at 9. You already know that stuff. Your body, your mind, your spirit is going to tell you everything you need to do because you already know that you have to run certain errands. My brother Ted says, overthinking screws up my living in the moment lifestyle. Ted, I would suggest go back to the beginning of this presentation if you're truly just arriving and have not been outside of the forum, and watch it. Take it in. I had a one-on-one with you the other day. There is victory in you, sir. I see victory in you. Donna says, my mother has had many, I'm assuming, strokes. Because of the multiple strokes and many strokes, it's caused multi-infarct dementia. The brain gets taxed. Then it gets laxed. Doesn't really fire off like it really wants to. But we robbed it of its energy. We've broken the vehicle. We pushed it to the limit. Robert says, if the shoe fits, wear it. If the foo shits, don't step in it. So let's go through the gamut one more time. Stress, anxiety, depression, physical illness, ailments, worry, headaches, God forbid, stroke. I saw, synchronistically on Facebook today, my sister Marina Govier posted, don't think it complicates things. Just feel. And don't think it complicates things. Just feel. And if it feels like home, then follow its path. That was written by Robert M. Drake. For goodness sake. Bruh. You can't fix overthinking with more thinking to fix it. Instead, what you're doing, you're fixing yourself further into the conundrum, further into the problem. Am I an overthinker? You may ask yourself. You will know tonight when you lay your head down to go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Fall to sleep. Fall into a realm the mind cannot be with you. Fall into the space where the mind cannot follow. Follow this suggestion, and you will no longer swallow bad food, bad mental food that will make this crude expulsion, disease, worry, anxiety, depression, or even diarrhea in your pants. And your spiritual Imodium AD is to simply see that you might be overthinking. So what you do is you let the love of God fall upon you. It's always been that way. Time to celebrate who you are. You are perfect in every way. The mind was designed for you to use it as a tool to fashion and govern your destiny by using thought and choice deliberately and consciously. Your life, consciously created, is called destiny. Your life, unconscious, is called fate. When you choose your thoughts wisely, purposefully, in fact, you're not choosing thoughts. That's not what you're doing. You're not choosing thought. You are using your thought. You are creating thought to launch a vehicle, a bottle rocket of desire towards your Independence Day. Happy 4th of July, belated. Create thought. Use it. Instead of the mind and the monkey using you and making you a slave. Emancipation. Constipation. Sometimes when I lay my head down, all those people in there, like Horseshack from Mr. Carter. Ooh, Mr. Katia, pick me. It's exactly what the monkey does. And the monkey is not one. There's one monkey. But he has a whole, what do you call a litter of monkeys? I know that you call a litter of baboons. What do you call that? I think it's called a government. I got something wrong in there, but you get the idea. There's many people inside of your head, and they look like your family, your friends, your ex-lovers, your job. Looks like all those. And all of those can weigh on you if you fall into overthinking, because you're trying to solve an equation that's this freaking long, when the equation simply is 0. The point on a scale where both positive and negative integers are reckoned. I reckon you have the ability to do this. How do I know that? Because I can do it. And if I can do it, I'm the guy next door. You can do it. I quit school. I have... Do you understand? So I'm going to throw a suggestion, a subliminal. Actually, I'm going to leave you with a suggestion. There's no way you can run away from this presentation tonight, be it now or in the future if you watch this, my time with you, your time with me. The night that you lay down and you hear all those voices and you start trying to use your mind as a tool to make unfounded choices, you're going to catch yourself. And you're not going to think. You're just going to realize that you're overthinking. And in so doing, you're going to go, oh my God, I can see. Congratulations. Don't judge yourself for overthinking. You're adding thought to the problem. Don't be the problem. Be the solution. The solution. The infusing of the heart with the mind. There you will find everything that's beautiful and powerful. Like Sadhguru said, look at your clothes. Is that you? No, it's not. Look at this meat suit. Is that you? No, it's not. Is this sofa or this TV or this stereo or this chair over there, is that me? No, it's not. You're not even the thoughts in your head. In fact, you don't create thought. Did you know that? You don't create the thoughts in your head. You don't fabricate thought. Everything that has ever been thunk has already been thunk. What happens is we have little holes in our consciousness and thoughts of like vibration slip in, and it makes us think that we thunk the thought. You don't think the thought. But instead, you can use your will to launch an idea which would be likely or likened to thought. I'm thinking versus receiving thought. Two huge different things. I know. We love thinking. It gives us something to do. We're bored creatures. Use that boredom as a feature in your life to launch yourself to another place. Sit still. Just be with yourself in the moment. In the moment that you sit still, if you're an overthinker, the mind will take advantage of that opportunity to get you to say, choose me. And the thoughts will begin to flood. It's not what you are. Identify as the quiet one, the observer, the silent witness that is able to pull back so far that you see your thoughts that come in drift across your conscious stream like clouds. When you do, you will see yourself as one of light, light-natured, and very light as far as no weight, as a feather floating down the river or down the stream on the breath of God. Let the love of God fall upon you. It's always been that way. Bring your deity into your experience with you. Say, be present with me. Teach me. Show me right here, right now, fully. I am in it to win it. What I am not. And in contrast, you will simply know exactly, or slowly but surely get there, who you are. Who are you? You are the rock star. You are the feature performer of Earth. Nothing in the universe has ever been, is now, or will ever be created that is beyond your worth. Nothing, no thing, or anything that's ever been created, being created now, or ever be created that is greater than you. When you simply get that, integrate that, experience that, your overthinking and overstinking with that mental diarrhea, you will find yourself well again, clear. You need more help? You know how to find me. Inbox me, email me at keithanthonyblanchard@gmail.com. I'll work with you. You can give me a love offering, a love donation, send me a blessing, whatever you choose, I will leave it to you. Thursday night, I'm going to be playing 3 or 4 songs, samples of my upcoming new album I've been working on almost every day. I upgraded a lot of the songs, put some new guitar down, some new drums down. It's sounding pretty freaking fine. The album is called Samadhi. What is Samadhi? Being in the cave of yourself, in the quiet, to find conscious union with God. The album is called Samadhi, Into the Fire, into the divine fire, where you will lift yourself ever higher, inspire, acquire, retire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Peace, love, and light. Your love beyond measure.